Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Tarot Meditation Workshop. I'm so happy and excited to have you guys here. I can't wait to share all the information I have learned about meditation with all of you. Oh, wow, our notification just went out. A little late, right? But I didn't share out, guys. I definitely kept it a little quiet. I feel like the ones that are meant to be here with us today live will be, and the rest of everyone will watch the replay, right? So this was going to be an unlisted live event, and I just decided very last minute to share the information with everyone. In this workshop, I'm going to talk to you guys about meditation, some common misconceptions or like misunderstandings of meditation, and then we're going to talk about how you can create your very own daily meditation practice. So it's a lot of information, guys. You're going to hear me flipping through the pages. There's a lot to read. Those of you that got your meditation journals, this is definitely a time that you can use those for some note taking, right? You are going to see the journal on your screen. If you guys are interested, it is a free journal. Just message me and I email it to you. You download it. Simple, easy, cheesy, right? All right, so I'm going to jump right in. Don't forget, I am multi streaming. So we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. And again, it's a lot of information, but I feel like it's going to be really helpful. I hope it's as helpful for you as it has been for me personally, right? All right, so let's get to it. So you're going to see, I do have the outline on your screen there. Hi, Diana. Let me know. Do we sound? Everything's okay? I get so nervous when we have to do these live. I don't know, right? You think I'd be over it by now, 2 years in, but I don't know. The nerves are still there. I don't know how many times we started these and there was no sound. Remember that? All right, guys, so let's get into it. A lot of talking today, okay? So bear with me. All right, let's talk about understanding meditation first. All right, so meditation is a practice that involves training our mind to focus and redirect our thoughts. And by developing your mental clarity and emotional calmness, meditation aims to cultivate a sense of inner peace, self awareness, and overall well being. Meditation is typically done by sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, focusing your attention on a chosen object, such as your breath, that's what I do, a word, a mantra, or even body sensations. Thank you, Diana. All right, so now I'm going to talk to you about some meditation benefits. Stress reduction, you're going to see there on your list. So it's going to be regular meditation practice. Like I can meditate for a little while, and does that help me in a stressful situation? Yes, but it's regular meditation has shown to decrease the production of stress hormones like cortisol that lead to reduced anxiety, tension, and improving our overall resilience to stress. I think that's really important. Enhances self awareness. So, meditation involves observing our thoughts, emotions, sensation without judgment. It helps individuals to understand their mind pattern, gain insight into their behaviors, and develop self acceptance. Meditation improves focus and concentration. Through focused attention, meditation helps train the mind to concentrate and sustain attention. This can enhance productivity, creativity, and mental performance in various areas of our life. Cultivating emotional well being, you're going to see on your screen there. So, meditation practices like loving kindness meditation, this one was really interesting to me, promotes the development of positive emotions such as compassion, gratitude, and joy. And these practices can lead to improved emotional regulation, increased empathy, and better relationships in general. So, what is loving kindness meditation? A perfect example of that is when we say affirmations over and over, right? Or when we repeat mantras, these types of things. That's going to be loving kindness meditation. Meditation is also going to promote your physical health. I feel like I'm the perfect example of this. But numerous studies have shown that meditation can have positive impacts on physical health. It can lower blood pressure, improve immune function, reduce inflammation, and support your overall cardiovascular health. It literally has helped me with every single thing that I just mentioned. Um, my blood pressure was high. It definitely was due to stress, just poor choices in life overall, what I was eating, what I was drinking, what I was intaking all together. And I do feel like inflammation was a big deal for me. I was getting to like where everything in my body was swelling. I mean, literally everything. I was retaining water. I mean, it was just, yeah, it was bad. And it's interesting because I thought meditation was like hard or something that I couldn't do myself, because every time I tried it, I couldn't stay focused, right? So I try to make this screen that you're looking at right now as simple as possible, because I want you guys to see that there's a lot of words that I'm saying and we're talking about a lot of things, but this is one of the easiest things I've ever started. And once I started, right? And then it's going to be the discipline, the regular practice that has literally changed my overall health. I just had my doctor's appointment, like my yearly checkup, which had been quite some time because I hadn't made this appointment. I kept pushing it off. Did all the lab works, did all the things. I'm down 44 pounds and all my stuff is like on point. So, does the better eating, food help? Yes, of course. Does cutting the soda out? Most likely that was most of those 44 pounds, right? And drinking tea and water and these types of things help? Of course. But I promise you, like, once I kicked that regular meditation in, everything else just doubled. It impacted, it made it better. You see what I mean? All right, so that's going to be the promoting physical health. You're going to see spiritual growth there on the bottom side of that screen. Oops, I forgot that I added to the video. My bad. All right, for spiritual growth, for some of us, meditation also serves as a means to connect with our higher self or our higher power. It can provide a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. It helps foster spiritual growth and a deeper understanding of the universe. I put in my notes, it's important to understand the benefits of meditation can vary from person to person. The purpose will ultimately be your own individual intentions and desires for your own personal growth and well being, right? Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. I love getting those notifications. Sherry, hello, Sherry and Jenna joining us. I didn't share out, ladies, so you guys are on top of it, right? I will share out after it's over. I just, I get nervous when I have to do all this reading and all this talking. You would think that I don't, because we do all these readings all the time, but yeah, and then it's Mercury retrograde too. So I feel like I've been fighting Mercury retrograde for, I don't know, my whole life. But tomorrow's the 23rd. I feel like I already feel this energy shifting. Tomorrow the Mercury retrograde moves into Sagittarius. So I feel like whatever lessons Mercury retrograde was teaching us, we've learned them now, right? All right, let's get back to it. All right, so now I want to talk to you about how to create your daily meditation practice. And I'm just going to be real personal at first before I get into like the, step by step directions, because I want to tell you what it was that like changed for me. So I can talk about meditation as much as I want, right? I can tell myself I'm going to do something till I'm blue in the face. But actually taking action and doing it on a regular basis is going to be our self discipline. And at this point in our journey and our awakening journey, right? It's like we've learned all the things. And the lesson that we're learning right now is, if we don't have self discipline, then we don't implement the things that we're learning, right? And then we're just kind of taking that information in, and it's like a seed that's planted, which is great. It's amazing. It's going to grow, and eventually you will get to it. But the purpose is to gain the information, take the action, and move forward, right? So if we're wanting to move forward, it's going to be the self discipline that gives us that push or that assistance. So what I've noticed, this is why I've been talking about journals since I started PLR. The journals are very important. I started out with the dream journal because when you're on this very specific journey, we do have really specific dreams, right? And when we don't pay attention to those dreams or what messages are coming in, then we don't receive the information. So, thank you, Sherry. So I feel like the journaling is really what gives me or helps me have the self discipline that I need. It's like the accountability that I need, right? Because there's nobody here to be like, did you meditate today, Rosa? Did you do this today, Rosa? Did you write your dreams down, Rosa? Nobody's here to do that. So it's like I have to do that myself. So if I want to get better, then I have to take the action and I have to have the self discipline. And I'm going to tell you right now that self discipline is my biggest obstacle at this moment in my journey. But yes, so I created the meditation journal that you guys see going across your screen there, to give you accountability, to help you, one, see because just like our dream journals, right? It's like it helps you see the purpose, the reason. And it also helps you see like how helpful the action is, right? Like journaling, it helps you be able to go back and look at it and see how far you've came, how much you've learned. It's definitely helped me, especially with the self-discipline issue, right? All right, so let's get to it. This is how we're going to do it. So, creating your daily meditation practice, I put the steps there on the right side of your screen. I'm going to go through each one of them. And again, easy cheesy, right? Easy cheesy. Lee Spice, do you like writing? Spirit wants me to write a book about my journey, and I'm not there yet. So definitely enjoy writing. I want you guys to see. Does it show the timestamp when I click on it? Lee Spice 11:11. It doesn't. It does on my screen, Lee Spice. So that's Spirit using you to give me a message. I have been hearing the message that I need to write. I need to write it, and several of you do write, which I think is pretty interesting. I almost want to tell you my story and be like, I don't have time. Can you write my book for me? I'll get there. I'll get there eventually, y'all. And it's interesting because I script every live we do. Like I literally manifest every single live stream that we do, right? So it's interesting to me because I'm writing all the time. But to sit down, go through all those journals and write my story, like, I'm not there yet. I do see a lot of other twins doing that though, so I think that is amazing, and it definitely is very helpful when we read someone else's story. And that happened to me yesterday on Facebook on my Purple and a Rose page. There was a lady, it's a group, the group is called I Am Twin Flame. If you guys haven't seen it on Facebook, go check it out. But she posts in there and it's this really long story, like beginning to end. It's like she wrote her twin flame book right there on Facebook on a post. And of course I read it and it caught my attention right away. And everything she's saying, other than her situation was online and mine was like, in the 3D, like in the physical, whatever. But it was like everything she said connected to me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I told her in the comments, I said, I did the whole you are me and I am you and we are one, right? And it's been coming, I've been hearing that so often, but I put it in the comments and she commented back. She told the whole story and she's like, you know what? I forgot to put this in there. But one time he told me, I am you and you are me. And I was like, oh my gosh. It must be a coincidence, right? But it gives me such great confirmation on this journey. Doesn't that do that to you guys when you read the story, or like when I talk to you about my own personal journey and you're like, oh my gosh, I experienced that. That happened to me, right? Yeah, that's why we do these things. So writing the book would definitely be even more helpful. um but again, y'all, I'm awakening on this journey. I'm healing just like you guys, and I'm human. So I like us to think that I'm superwoman sometimes, but it's a process. This whole journey is a process, and I do feel like one day we will get to more writing for sure. All right, let's get to it. How to create your daily practice. Are you guys ready? I hope you got your notes out. All right, the first thing you want to do is you want to set clear intentions. You want to determine why you want to meditate and what you hope to achieve through the practice. Knowing your purpose will help you stay committed. Knowing your purpose will help you stay committed. It definitely has for me. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a small, achievable goal. You're going to begin by committing to just a few minutes of meditation every day. It's more important at this point to establish the meditation for, or just to the consistency of the meditation instead of how long, right? Instead of how long. So don't worry about how long at the beginning. When I first started meditating, y'all, it was like maybe 2 minutes. I mean, I could maybe focus for 2 minutes. What really helped me, and I shared this with you guys a couple of times, was when you quiet, you sit down and you're trying to meditate and your mind's racing, and you ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. That is definitely a amazing shut the mind down trick, right? And I use it often. So yes, definitely little tricks, right? Um, but it's going to be the consistency. It's the consistency. So what I did, y'all, and I'm just going to pop in here in the middle of my notes, but what I did was I just started doing it every morning. When I woke up every morning, that's the only time I would remember, right? I knew not to get out of bed until I did my meditation. And I promise you, the first couple of times, it was only like 2 or 3 minutes. I would set a timer for 5, and I never made it 5. Like it took a really long time to make it to 5 minutes. I'm right now, if I'm completely 100% honest with you, I'm between 5 and 10 minutes. I'm between 5 and 10, and it's taking me quite some time to get to 5 minutes, and then from 5 to 10 minutes. You see what I mean? Now I've had several guided meditations, and we'll talk more about that in a second, where it's a lot easier to stay connected. It's a lot easier to stay focused, that type of thing. And those longer guided meditations could definitely help you meditate for longer periods, but they also help you start getting used to meditating for longer periods so that when you're doing it on your own, you don't need the guided meditation, right? All right, you want to choose a suitable time and place. So remember, mine was going to be in the morning. And before I got out of bed. Now it's all day, every day. So it's completely different now. But yeah, and I mean, meditation is like that. You can use it all the time, all day, every day. But you want to find a quiet and comfortable spot where you can meditate without any distractions. Consistency will be key. So select a time of day that best works for you. I started in the bed in the morning. Oh, I didn't realize I put that in my notes. For just a few minutes. All right, so set a timer. Use a timer to practice and ensure that you stay focused. Because for me, it helped me stay focused because I knew the timer hadn't went off yet, right? You do want to start with short intervals. So I would definitely recommend starting out with 5 and then working your way up to 10. The timer, and I want to throw this in there, and tracking your process in that journal is going to help you, and it's going to help you keep building the meditation duration up, right? You want to find a meditation technique that resonates with you. So mine is breath. I like to focus on my breath. I've been doing Kundalini yoga, so Sat Nam is huge for me. It definitely helps me, and it's a Sat when you're taking a breath in, and Nam when you're letting your breath out. This Tian's coming home, y'all, so it's possible that the dogs might bark. Give me just a moment. All right, y'all. My apologies. The dogs get excited when the Tina comes home. All right, where was I? So find a meditation technique that resonates with you. Mine is the breath work. Focused attention is one. Loving kindness we talked about earlier, but there's several different types of meditations. Those are just a few. And I did put some of those going across your screen there. Let's see. I put there's more, but we'd be here for a whole other show if we talked about each one individually, right? I feel like the ones that we talked about are the most common, along with mindful meditation. That's going to be on your screen too. Don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques, different meditations to find what you like best. I feel like that was a big thing for me, is I thought that it had to be a certain way, and meditation is our own practice. It's how we want it, right? Practice consistency. Make a commitment to practice every day, regardless of whether you feel motivated or not. That's going to be our self discipline, and that's with everything in life, right? That's the lesson that I'm getting right now. Because consistency is essential for establishing any habit or reaping the rewards. All right, so guided meditations, I mentioned it earlier. You could start with a guided meditation recording. I do feel like it is very helpful, especially when you're trying to meditate for longer periods of time. They give instructions and help you keep your mind focused during your practice. You want to be patient and compassionate with yourself. Meditation is a skill that will develop over time, so don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders. If you find it challenging to stay focused, gently bring your attention back when you notice any distractions, and be compassionate towards yourself throughout the whole process. I did put a specific section in that meditation journal for y'all where I asked you to list the insights, or I'm sorry, the distractions that you may have experienced, because I want you to keep track of those so that you can see that over time those distractions get less and less, right? All right, guys, that's it. That's the information that I had for you guys for the meditation workshop. I hope that was helpful. And that meditation journal is completely 100% free. It is a PDF file that I can just email to you. So if you guys are interested, just message me and let me know. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Peace, spice. I get the feeling timing is important in meditation. Let me know. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I love to meditate around nighttime. I feel like that's my newest thing. So I started in morning, and then I started working throughout the day. Like whenever I felt, like anything, honestly, my meditation is going to be like the go-to now. But it's like now I need to start working with it at night so that it can help me sleep. Yeah. How many of you guys deal with insomnia? Insomnia. I feel like that's the issue that spirit has me focused on currently, for sure. Sherry, my phone is acting up. Trouble concentrating too. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Genesis, yes, insomnia. Okay, that's what we're gonna tackle next. I'm telling you, I'm ready. That's what I was gonna say earlier. I feel like when we're meditating, we always have like a thought come in, and then we get upset at ourselves, like, man, why can't I just stay calm, or why can't I have no thoughts, or why can't I just focus? Um, I think that one, there's different types of meditations. And for me personally, when I'm meditating, like especially the breath work helps clear the mind, but I kind of pay attention to any thought that comes in, because the way I see it, the way I feel at that moment is I'm connected, right? So it's like I'm going to pay attention to any thought, any message that may be coming through at that time. But I think the trick is, are you ready? Is not attaching ourselves to any of those thoughts. So, in other words, if a thought comes in, I don't start trying to break it down and figure out what it means. I just let it come in and go out. And then after the meditation, like, and I don't write down all my meditations, but I do, especially the big ones where I get like big information. So, um, those, it's like I feel like it's like a message. I feel like a lot of times they're even like channeled messages, right? So it's like don't be upset if you're getting thoughts coming through. Like just don't attach yourself to the thought, and then when you're done, try to record what thoughts you remember, right? And the sleep is going to be big for all of us. We actually did a live stream. It should be under the live interactive playlist over on our YouTube channel. But we did one called Team No Sleep. Team No Sleep. And that's big for twins too. That's something that we go through a lot. And I think it has something to do with like the 5D connections, but I haven't really dove that far into it yet. I feel like that's what's coming next, right? I feel like some of you that are a little bit ahead of me on this journey, it's like you already know what's coming next. But yeah, I feel like, all the Akashic records and all the things is next on our line of ascension, learning, awakening, right? But we'll definitely have to start tackling the insomnia. I feel like that's probably going to be our next workshop, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope this information was helpful. Remember, I did make that dream journal, not the dream journal, the meditation journal. It is completely free. I have sent several out. Message me if you guys would like one. I feel like it does help you, especially with your accountability in your daily meditation practice. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not sure when I'm going to see you guys next. I know that the holidays are here. It's very possible that I may see you again before Christmas, but if I don't, happy holidays to all of you. And thank you so much for coming in. I'm always, always, always sending all of you abundant love and light. Thank you guys.